Hi, stitching friends. I just wanted to do a little update from my video. It's been a while. I won't go into all the details. Company for 5 weeks, travel, sightseeing, and fun. So not a lot of stitching. But I do have a couple new things I want to show you. And one is a book I checked out from the library. We have a brand new library just like 3, maybe 4 blocks away. All the books in it are brand new. So nice. Well, I just looked up cross-stitch stuff, and you guys probably all know about Emma Congdon, but I didn't. And I love this book. It's due back, so I have to turn it in today. I shouldn't have checked it out while I had company because I never really got to do much. But let me just give you a little hint of some of the cute things. I love the one down at the bottom, number 19. It says, "The best is yet to come." I like this one, "A good companion shortens the longest road." They're just all wonderful sayings. The one I would like to do at near my bed. Where did it go? Okay, I'm gonna read it to you. Oh, start each day with a grateful heart, right here. It is so cute. And wouldn't that be pretty on a little pillow on your bed? And just a little reminder to be grateful, look for the positive in the day. But these are all just so nice. And I've seen she has a few out. One cross stitch. One about the earth. One very earthy, and the other one, they're just so cute, everyone I see. So I went and looked her up on Etsy, and she has some really cute charts to download on Etsy that I loved too. So I have my lineup here, and I don't know when I'll get to it because I told my husband I really want to copy and put these into a PDF, a couple of them. And he says, "Why don't you wait till you're ready to start? Maybe then you'll want to just buy the book." And I think I will. I might not wait till then, but it's just such a neat book, and it feels good, kind of like the old Chicken Soup for the Soul books. It had little sayings that just make you think and make you feel good. So I thought I'd share this book with you if you haven't seen it. I'm always slow to the game, so maybe you have seen it. I got another new thing. Well, I remember telling you about Crafting in Colorado, her YouTube, and she talked about emotional stitching, like you really want to stitch but you can't because your husband called you away to do something, or something came up, but your whole afternoon was planned to just sit in that nice chair and stitch. So she was looking for something to express that emotion, like, you know, hungry and angry blended, or hangry. Well, I submitted, and I told you this, cranky and stitch or stanky. Well, someone else submitted the same thing too. So we had fun, and I had no idea it was a contest. So in the end, with all the votes she got, stanky won. So the other stitching sister, I'll say, and myself got a prize, and I got a $20 gift card to 123 Stitch. And I thought that was so neat. And I was so surprised and so pleased. So I love stitching in Colorado's, the hay she's doing called Birds and Blooms. You'll have to look her up, watch her YouTube. That is a beautiful stitch. But I know I'm not ready to do a hay to full coverage. I kind of stitch for my therapy. And so I saw this one. I looked up birds and thought, well, maybe there's a smaller bird project. So I found this one. It's not a new dimensions kit. It's called Feeding Frenzy, and it just has all those birds around the bird feeder, and it just looked like fun. It looked challenging, but still fun. And I got this for my gift certificate. So I was just kind of excited. It has all the thread and everything that I'm gonna need. So that was fun. Got another new thing. I have been using for my stitch minders just a magnet. Let me set this here. Magnets that I already have. I have this really cute necklace that you can put the magnet right there. And so I have some interchangeable. Well, if you put one on top of the other with the thread, with the fabric in between, it makes a nice strong needle minder. So I thought, hey, I could probably use other magnets. So in all of our sightseeing that we did with our kids, we went to Arches, we went to Bryce Canyon, and we went to Zion. And we did some hiking. I didn't do a lot of hiking, but the rest did some hiking and things. But so I saw in the gift shop this little set of refrigerator magnets, and I thought, oh, I could use them as my stitch minder. But what I did learn is that they're not super strong. They'll stick to a refrigerator. Let me see. And they'll kind of stick. Yeah, they'll stick on the metal. But somehow to put them together, they weren't strong enough to hang on. If I took my needle off, it would jar it enough to fall off. So I had these little magnets that I got on Amazon. Oops, my other one stuck to it. That are very strong. So what I did was, and I'll put a link to these. They're a special kind of magnet. They're small and they're very strong. You can see, let me put my little finger up to it. You can see how big they are. They're super big, but I'll link it and it'll have the size on there. So I put one of these on the back and then one of these underneath on the fabric. And boy, let's go this side. They really stick for a needle minder. So I just thought that was neat to have a little memory. So the one I have on this project is the Arches. And it's just, just kind of sweet to have that on there. I still got my other ones on. Let me see. You can see on its own, it's not super strong for the needle. I don't know if you can see, but it works. And I really like it. I like having that reminder of our fun time. I have the project downstairs has Zion, or maybe it has Bryce Canyon and I have Zion on here. I don't know, but they're all of the national parks in the Southwest, I do believe. Yes, they're Utah, Grand Canyon, so some Arizona, Petrified Forest. So it's all kinds of nice parks. So if you have any magnets that you really like, or you're traveling, just use them for your needle minders. It's just very fun. So those are my kind of new things, but I wanted to show you, you've shared with me in my struggles for using this really nice Z frame that I got on Etsy, and I really like it. But like I told you, I was hoping to use it with my wooden scroll frame, which is kind of up there on the wall, if you can kind of see it, because it's waiting for me to get that down again. But I took it with us when we took the kids to the airport in Vegas. And so in the room, I set up my stitching so I could stitch because we stayed a couple days extra. And it works so good with a hoop. You can kind of see it. And then it still has this little thing. I stick my little Apple pencil here when I'm doing a cross stitch and I can mark it off on my Markup RX program. But it just works so good for the hoop. Sits on my lap good, nothing shifts. It sits on the table nice. I've grown to love this frame. It worked really good with my Q-snap too, but it just worked lovely with this. And I will show you my progress on this kit and remind you, this is a kit I have had for at least 20 years. 20 years. I bought it in 2003, but it's going to be this picture. I think it's called Morning Tea. Well, let me take it out of the hoop here and show you the progress I've made. When I showed you before, I had done these roses up here, and you can see it has blank spots, and that's where you fill in with your embroidery, or you could do crosses or whatever. And so this bouquet up here is what I've done. All the leaves and all the flowers are embroidered satin stitch. It says satin stitch, but I added French knots and some other things because I felt like it needed something. So I'm going to do this little shoe next and then work my way down. But there's certain things, I don't know if you can see on the teapot, you outline with stem stitch and different stitches, you outline some of the pretty things with color. Although now that I'm gotten more adventurous, I will play with that. And I have all my threads now listed on this, which works really nice. And it just kind of hooks on here when I'm not working on it. So that's kind of fun. And that's the progress update on that. I do have another new thing. My friend on Instagram, her name is, I've met her on Instagram, but I call her my friend, For Mom Makes. Well, she bought a milk glass bowl that had a lace edging. She put a little candy in it and then put her scissors on the outside, and it just looked so pretty. So when we were in Vegas with our friends, we went to some antique stores. This is what I got. It's a cute little bowl. And it has the lace edging with the holes in it all the way around. I have some wooden spools that I put in there. I'm not sure what I'll actually always keep in there. But then my scissors slip here so nicely. I have a couple of other scissors sitting in other stitching spots, but I think I'll have to start collecting pretty little scissors. I love my little storks, but they sit a little crooked in it. They don't sit straight in it. But I've seen such cute scissors on different sites. So I think I'll just slowly have to start saving up and buying a pair of scissors here and there, because I just think that's so cute as a little decoration, and then useful to grab my scissors out of next to my chair. So isn't that a good idea to do with something vintage? I love vintage, and that's because I am vintage, I guess. So I started to show you this, my progress on here, on my spring I wrote it down here. The project is titled Spring by Filigram. I started it on April 14th. It's 14 count Aida. The color of the Aida is Mediterranean. And it's just fun. It's not as elaborate as some, but it's easy when I just want to rest my brain and just do an easy project. The next one I'm getting ready to start, oh, it's kind of new to me too. I told my son I wanted to make a couple of hoops because I just didn't want to go out and buy them. He said, well, how are you going to do that? I said, well, I saw a gal on YouTube that made it with PVC pipe. So he says, hey, I got a PVC pipe. What do you want? I said, oh, how about 12 by 12 and 10 by 18? So he went out and he and my son-in-law just cut the pieces I needed. So I put them together, and then I said, okay, all I need is the joints. I'll have to go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get those joints. Well, one day he just shows up like the next day and he says, oh, we ran to Home Depot, so we got all the joints you need. So I was able to make this hoop. Now, what I've decided is 12 by 12 might be a little bigger than I need. And the clamps are greenhouse clamps because this PVC was bigger than what I'm used to. This is 3/4 inch PVC. I ordered on Amazon 3/4 inch PVC clamps. You know, like if you have a pipe greenhouse and you want to hook the plastic to it or the polyurethane, whatever vinyl, that's what they use. Well, I put it on my fabric because I started thinking I want my fabric, I want to stitch on the inside. And they held on, they rolled nice. I needed 2 on each side because I did the 12 by 12. And I have yet to start this. I've marked the center. You probably couldn't see that, but this is what I'm going to work on that. I may take it apart. Better. Buck County produce stand. I may take the PVC apart and have them shave 1 inch off at each one of the 4. Just to make it a little smaller, but it's on there good. So I'm happy about that. And it was free to me except for the clamps, which weren't that expensive. And I got a lot of them because I didn't buy it now and I didn't see it on my orders. So then I bought it. So when it showed up, I had 2 bags of the clamps. So I can make lots of hoops. Yeah, it's just kind of eyeballing. Where did I put, oh, the 18 by 10. And I just have to see how it works. I might decide to put that one on here and then just use my little magnetic, I don't have one nearby, side cable holders to hold it on. But that is where I am now. That is all the fun things that I have with this project, the Buck County produce stand. by Jaclyn Designs. I took the graph down to the UPS store, and I asked them to photocopy it and put all the pages in one as a PDF. And he charged me 13 cents for each page, which was 2. So now I have it. It's in my program, my app, the Markup RX. Maybe I'll talk about that a little bit next time, because it is such a neat app. I think, yeah, I really like it. I couldn't get used to Pattern Keeper. I was using it on a funky tablet. So I started this one, and it works great for me because I have an iPad and it works really good on my iPad. So I think, let me see, I lined up. Yep, that was all my goodies that I'm talking about today. So I hope to be able to do this more often and not take 6 weeks off. And I will see you next time. Bye, all.